Good morning, guys. What's going on? We're back today for another reaction. We're going to be reacting to The Bad Batch, Season 1, Episode 11, Devil's Deal. So, the previous episode was good. There really hasn't been an episode that hasn't been good. Just last week was kind of definitely, like, a little bit slower. I think it's an episode that a lot of people would be like, oh, that's filler. But, like, I've learned that there really isn't anything that's filler. Unless it's completely pointless. But the thing is that everything moves the character progression forward. Sometimes it's plot, sometimes it's character, things like that. And I've also learned that with like Star Wars animation and Dave Filoni in general, is that things could seem very pointless and just like meh, but then they will have huge payoff later. So, you know, that was okay. We were so relentless the prior episode, so now to get something maybe a little bit slower, that, you know, it's okay. So I'm very excited to see what Devil's Deal is all about. That sounds awesome. Like, that sounds like an incredible episode title. And then with it being episode 11, I think that only puts us at like 4 or 5 episodes, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 5 episodes. Like, that's it. And then season 1's over. So let's watch Devil's Deal and see what they have for us. Oh, that's beautiful. Wow. Look at all those people. And I thought the prior one had so many people and models. Oh, is that Crosshair?
Seem troubled by our presence.
Not at all. I speak for the people when I say this partnership is most welcome. Wouldn't you agree, Syndulla?
I will always support that which helps Ryloth.
And what about you, General? Do you share your wife's outlook?
Is that Hera? Oh, no, that's
After
not.
years spent
No, he
fighting,
said wife. He said
peace
wife.
is what is needed.
And with peace comes
That's
prosperity.
that's her mom.
This is a new era for Ryloth. Shall we?
Wait.
Everything all right, General?
I should be content the war's over, but change is not always easy. I hope my people will embrace this peace.
Cham.
Ryloth is safe, Jam. This is what you fought for.
Yes, it is.
Dang.
Thanks to the generosity of the Galactic Empire, our new refinery will bring stability and growth to Ryloth once again. Now is the time for all Twi'leks to step down from their military posts and enjoy.
I didn't realize that this
the hope of
episode would be
freedom.
Ryloth.
Step down?
With order established
We knew for sure
throughout
next
the
week was.
galaxy,
I was like, she kind of looks like Hera, but then I was like, well, I'm not sure. But then they're like, oh, it's her mom.
My friends, I trust them to protect us as they always have.
Well, that's gonna pay off.
The
Not
war
pay off.
has ended. Let us lay down our weapons.
What a shame your daughter is not here to share in this.
Hera has other interests, Admiral.
Oh, wild.
Anything suspicious yet?
No
Take a
way!
look.
It's her and Chopper.
I don't know, Chop. Nothing looks out of the ordinary. Just a mine. No, we can't go. Uncle Gobi told us to stay and gather intel.
I want to know if it's Vanessa Marshall. It sounds like her. It sounds like Vanessa Marshall. This is beautiful. More Hera content? Yes, thank you. Oh, because she loves flying. Oh my gosh. This is amazing.
Fighting if we cannot accept peace.
So how about, like, we're probably like
We've been friends a long
10
time,
minutes in
Chad.
probably.
I'm telling you.
And no
the
Bad Batch
Imperials are
between,
up to
besides the
something.
beginning of Crosshair.
You just don't.
Wow. It shocks me because, like, barely any Bad Batch.
Do you still dream of flying?
Which is fine.
All the time. If we need to fight, I am as capable as anyone. Gobi trusts me to do my part.
Oh, yeah.
Why can't you?
Ooh.
My hope is that you won't ever have to live a life like mine.
No. But she ends up. This is awesome. And it's so incredible to me. We haven't even gotten any of the like the main Bad Batch crew. I was wondering if we were ever gonna get like
As you
episodes
can
where they
see,
weren't
we are in
featured.
the early stages, but the
We have a
Doom
little bit of
Mine here will
Crosshair, so
rebuild
it's
parts of the
kinda-
galaxy affected.
That's a beautiful shot. Look at that. Like that is beautiful. Is that the Bad Batch? I can't tell. Yeah, it is. This is interesting because we're seeing it from the perspective of the Twi'leks and from Hera, but they're here, part of this story. This is this episode is so constructed so well. Hera meets
What type
Omega.
of ship is this?
Can she come aboard? Okay, you can come up, but no funny business. This is the sensor array, and that's the deflector
Oh my
shield
gosh,
over
I
there's
never
the
knew
nav
I
reader,
needed
and
this
is the
till now.
hyperdrive.
But now I do.
Up there. I feel it. The instruments
I'm
have
hearing
guided you,
pieces
but
of
you plot
Hera's
your
music from
course.
Rebels. I hear
Feel
it.
free.
Come on, I'll show you my favorite part of the ship.
Aww. Is it her bunk? It is her
Up
bunk.
there?
Building an arsenal attracts attention. You better know what you're getting into.
We don't have a choice. Hera, we're leaving.
Thanks for the tour.
Dang, this episode is so good. It's so different. It's so
Good
ooh.
luck.
I never knew I needed the Hera
Make
and
a new friend.
She's kind of strange. I
oh
like
wait,
her.
Crosshair's
Did
gonna
you know
know.
flying's about a feeling?
But Crosshair
Feeling.
Crosshair can know about this now and know about them, which could be problematic. Oh my gosh, look at that. Okay. Okay, Star Wars animation, just pop off like that. I guess the one really important cool thing is that we know what happens to Hera, so it's like... I bet you Hera, this was starting to form her opinion, and she's starting to see what the intent of the Empire is, and how they need to be stopped.
weapons. So she's only a child.
She is an insurgent. Take them away.
This is wild. All he can do is follow the orders. His chip is activated. It's nothing's gonna matter. This is I love this show. I love this era, like the very early stages of the Empire,
We have to contact
the
the
very
general.
early stages of the Primal Rebellion.
Smuggling weapons.
Who would have thought that we were
I
gonna
will
get
see
more
that they never get
chopper
one.
content?
We must intercept that convoy before it reaches.
I bet
the
you
capital.
Dave Filoni is voicing
Where
him
are they
still.
now?
Western.
Oh, is this we're gonna find out what happens officially, like to her mom? I just don't remember if in Rebels they say anything. Oh, this reminds me of Rogue One, when Jin's on that. Again, it's so wild to me that this episode has been centered around the Syndulas, basically. Bad Batch was part of it, but like they played just a small part of it. Crosshair's more, but not as much either. And that makes me excited because then it shows that they can tell these different stories. And it doesn't have to have the Bad Batch in it. Obviously they might make a cameo, or like a cameo, but if they can tell the story here about this family and what's happening here, then yes. Oh, you know what I just realized? I imagine the mom dies, and that's really what forces Cham to become so angry and so aggressive against the Empire.
You are all traitors.
You threaten my daughter and accuse her of treason? For years, I've watched you put your greed and self-interests above Ryloth. You are the one guilty of treason.
Do something.
He's the one who...
Sir, Crosshair's gonna take out the mom. Oh my gosh.
But
Oh? Oh? What? Wait. What? Wow. Is that it? No, no, no. Vanessa Marshall, yeah. Okay, wow. Yeah, I really enjoyed that episode, and it's so interesting because the Bad Batch are in it for as of like 2-3 minutes most, maybe a little bit more, but they're there just to supply supplies from Sid, which is really cool because it continues that storyline without us having to follow them, but it follows this storyline. Like, oh man, like this is great. This is great. And for us who've watched Rebels and have watched the Clone Wars, this episode was so rewarding and so rich. Like, my gosh. Wow. Like, wow. This is up there for me as one of my favorites. Just because of the meaning and the connection to Rebels. Like, that's really awesome. It's so cool to now see all this connectivity and just to see this. And what a risky episode. Like, to follow characters that are not part of the main plot of the story. And I can see that definitely some people are going to be, like, super upset that it might not have moved the plot forward. Well, I think it moved the plot forward a little bit, but maybe not as much as the characters. But I think, because next week, if I remember correctly, it's literally in the title, it says something Ryloth. And so that's when we thought, oh, we're going to get Hera and Chopper. But I think next week is when we're going to really focus on we're going to flip the side and we're going to get the perspective of the Bad Batch, and Bad Batch are going to have to come in and rescue. But in order for all of this to make sense, for that episode to make sense and whatever happens in that episode, I think we needed to have this episode to set it all up. And also, like, we did get Crosshair, so, like, and we did get the Bad Batch, and there was a small scene, I think, with Omega that was really important with Hera, so, not entirely pointless in my opinion, but also really rewarding just as a fan of Rebels. So, what did you guys think? Like, let's talk about this down in the comments. I really want to have a conversation with you. And you know what else to do. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. It really does help the channel out a lot. And I hope you guys have a great day.